Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Knoll Zone. I hope you're all doing very well. Uh, Obviously, I wasn't on over the weekend. I was actually prepping for because I had some stuff to do, believe it or not, before the protest that happened on Bank Holiday Monday. And as you can hear from my voice, I'm actually okay and doing well. I know when I go on these protests, a lot of people get worried about me safety and all of that. Even though the Gardaí did try to incite violence yesterday when we were marching. We didn't fall for it. But we're here to talk about Jodie Whittaker and Chris Chibnall. We're going to start off with Jodie Whittaker because apparently, listen, I'm going to talk about this in in a live stream actually tomorrow because as you know, we do the live stream on Wednesday. So I'm going to talk a little bit more about the Jodie Whittaker situation in relation to the topic that I'm going to be talking about tomorrow. Because let me just say this, right? I'll give you a brief insight of what tomorrow's live stream is going to be. So lately, there's been a lot of PR spin, and that's what I would call a PR spin from former showrunners, from former people that have worked on the show in relation to RTD's era and Chris Chibnall's work, which we'll get into as well. So let's get into Jodie Whittaker. The link will be in the link description for the article that I have here. I'm just going to get to the part where she talks about it. I'll put it on screen there. Again, haven't read this article, so I'm going to be as surprised as you guys. But apparently, she gets very emotional when she's referenced on the show, apparently. And let me just tell you, Jodie Whittaker does not get emotional when she is mentioned or her era is referenced in Doctor Who. And I'll get into that in tomorrow's live stream where we talk about the PR spin of the RTD era. This is all smoke and mirrors. Jodie is not emotional. She's moved on to other things, and she doesn't give two Fs about Doctor Who because she never gave two Fs about Doctor Who when she was actually in the role. So why would you believe 1 second that the woman gets emotional? She doesn't even watch the show, and she's definitely not watching this era of Doctor Who because she was never a Doctor Who fan. So before I even actually read the article, I'm just going to tell you personally speaking, I think it's absolute bullshit that's coming out of her mouth. But let's see what she has to say. Doctor Who, Jodie Whittaker says it's emotional being referenced in the show. Um, and it comes in from Louise Griffin. And we have read some of her articles before. Um, she's a feminist journalist anyway, so not surprised there. So to be part of the canon and reference points, it's really magical, she said. Jodie Whittaker said it's emotional to see her era of the show being referenced in new episodes of Doctor Who. The showrunner, RTD, has made various references to previous seasons of the show, including the timeless child arc and flux from Chris Chibnall and Jodie Whittaker's 3 seasons. Speaking exclusively to the RadioTimes.com at the Radio Times covers party, which Stephen Moffat made some comments in relation to Shooty Gatwa's Doctor, which I will get into tomorrow's live stream because, as I said, there's a lot of PR spin happening right now because all the lefty lunatics that are in this fandom tell you, oh, the show is great, the ratings are doing great, so why are they rolling out everybody to say how great everything is in relation to it? Because they're panicking. But anyway, so she was speaking live, blah blah blah. It's amazing. Uh, it's so emotional as well because for us it was such a present thing. We're in it and we're living it in real time. And now to be part of the canon and reference points, It's really magical. So that's what she had to say in relation to it. This woman's not watching Doctor Who. She's moved on to other projects, and Doctor Who is definitely the last thing on Jodie Whittaker's mind. So I do not believe for one second that the woman gets emotional because she's referenced in the show. Absolutely not. Absolutely ridiculous. Don't believe it. See, again, this is all part of the PR spin. We will talk about that tomorrow. But Chris Chibnall is also in the news. And again, this will be linked in the old link description. But Chris Chibnall is a very uh, divisive person in Doctor Who, especially with the long term fans. Um, but again, must be a slow news day. Um, must be a slow news day if you're scraping the barrel to kind of bring us some uh, Chris Chibnall news. You know, um, how anybody can be proud of what was produced during his reign is absolutely baffling to me. Um, so where is this? Hold on now, because it was posted to me. So yeah, it's a screenshot. Sorry, so it's not an actual article, but well, it is an article. It's an article from Screen Rant, but it's this part of the article from Screen Rant. I will put the article obviously um in right where he talks about he expected a backlash and a mixed response and all of that shit, right? So, but he said this. I'm so proud of the stories we told and the people we work with, and of Dodie's doctor and the companions, and all the writers were brought in, and the things we did with the show that were new. So, is there that has been the most divisive introducing this child arc and other nonsense to the show? Casting the first female to play the role as the doctor, and he's proud. He's proud of that, folks. He's proud of the fact that he ran the show into the ground because people might bring up the fact that Jodie with it. Oh yeah, and this is another thing to all you people defending the Christmas special and all of this other rubbish. Can I point out that you were all bragging and jumping from the rooftops when Jodie Whittaker's first episode of her era got nearly 14 million views, and you were very happy with that. And you were saying it was a great standard that the show says. So, if Jodie Whittaker's first episode could get 14 million, what was stopping the show from continuing that? See, anything you say in relation to what's happening with Doctor Who now and its ratings is absolute bullshit. The bottom line of the matter is that the show is actually in serious trouble. And it's reflected, as I said, that other components that are connected with the show, like Big Finish and stuff like that, Doctor Who magazine had its struggles a few years back, only a couple of years back, I should say, and now we are all well aware of the struggles with Big Finish at the moment, having to take out a bank loan just to stay afloat. These people are absolutely destroying everything that we love because they are backing this and they are coming out with the propaganda fueled videos. The bottom line is that the show has been struggling for so long. that I think that getting the ratings, you know, to where they need to be is going to be a very impossible job for RTD. And that's why I believe, and we will talk about this in the live stream tomorrow, that's why I believe lately there's been a lot of um, PR spin from people that have worked on the show previously, coming out with stuff to say about RTD's era, and we will actually get into that. But um, the most interesting thing about that quote was the Chibnall quote was obviously when he made it, it was praised then, um, and everybody is entitled to their opinion. Um, but Janet Fielding puts up this this response on X, and I I I I I just don't know if she really believes this, but wonderful storyteller and a lovely man. Listen, he's probably a lovely man, right? We've heard stories about him working backstage. Being in a work environment's different than meeting the man personally, and he's probably a lovely man, right? But a wonderful storyteller. No offense, Janet, but we're still sitting here today analyzing his era and trying to figure out what the hell he was trying to do because there wasn't any structure, there wasn't any good storytelling, and there certainly wasn't any good character development. So I don't. I mean, someone joked that she must be on the wine again. Um, Look, the bottom line is this: uh, anybody still defending Chris Chibnall's era and then going to defend what RTD is doing with the show. This is why we're in the state that we're in with Doctor Who. Doctor Who needs to go back to basics. And I know Janet is a feminist just like all, so they're going to defend it. And this is what annoys me. The bottom line is, I get it that you want to defend Jodie Whittaker's Doctor and defend the writer that wrote Jodie Whittaker's Doctor, but the bottom line is he was a shit writer and he let Jodie Whittaker down. That's not feminism. Feminism is calling that shit out for what it was, right? Okay, he didn't even. I mean, he made her the most uncaring doctor. People say that she was caring and all this, and I mean, I don't know what show you were all watching, right? Because there's one particular scene that caused. Listen, there was loads of scenes in that era that we could pick up, but there was one particular scene that showed the cold nature of the doctor. Is when Graham was trying to explain about his cancer, and she was so flippant about it, right? And I know the fans on the other side have defended that left, right, and centre. There's no defending that, right? We know yous are her cold bunch anyway. Yous have proved that by being in the fandom and behaving the way yous have behaved over the last couple of years. So we know you people are cold, right? But we don't expect the character that we grew up with, right, to be as cold as that, right? The doctor has made mistakes, right? The doctor in certain situations, yes, will be cold, but not in a situation like that. The doctor always came through. There are lovely moments during classic era of Who as well, where you see that, where he might be abrasive to a companion 1 minute, but then when they're facing danger, he throws that arm around or words of encouragement, right? We didn't see that with Jodie Whittaker's doctor. But anyway, he was as I said, he was prepared for a mixed reception to the 13th Doctor, um, but apparently he remained unfazed. Um, but listen to this, because this is the quote. And by the way, I just want to say to all those people that accused me of lying about chaos in Cardiff, right? There's that literally a line here that just says, right, and I'll read this out loud and clear. Despite division and difficulties, Chibnall's commitment to keep the series going ensured its revitalization and return to new heights. So, despite divisions and difficulties, he stayed committed in keeping the series the way he wanted. And according to this journalist here from Screen Rant, and as I said, feminist journalist. Oh, no, this is a different article. This is from Nathan Graham Lowry, and we've read some of his Screen Rant articles in the past. But he's actually admitted there that there were division and there were problems behind the scenes. So for all you little twerps out there that were accusing me of making up the chaos in Cardiff stuff, chaos in Cardiff actually did happen. And the quote is in this article, by the way. And then this journalist goes on to actually then blow smoke up Chris Chibnall's ass. So he's going to go and have a look at that article as well. That will be in the link description for you on this pre-record. So go and check it out. But tomorrow's live stream, I will be talking about the PR spin. I will be talking about Stephen Moffat's latest comments on Shooty Gatwa, and the fact that there seems to be a lot of people that have worked on the show all of a sudden start coming out with quotes or saying how wonderful this, that, and the other is. And I do believe that they are trying to salvage this already. And that's a damning indictment, to be quite honest, of what's to come. Anyway, as I said, those articles will be in the link description. But as I said, Jodie Whittaker doesn't give two flying Fs about Doctor Who, so she's not getting emotional. This is what they do all the time. You know, all our little fanboys and fangirls will be absolutely loving that and probably would have cried into their pillows at night time dreaming of her, as they always do, with that little dirty art and all of that other crap that they used to throw out there. They accuse us of sexualizing people and all of this other rubbish that they come out with. Yeah. What did they do? They highly sexualized the female doctor and all of this. I even seen some comments from these rainbow loving lunatics saying how they wish she was Jodie Whittaker would marry them and be their girlfriend and all of this other rubbish, right? And putting up their perverted art to represent their love and all of this other crap, right? But listen, the fact of the matter is, Jodie Whittaker doesn't give two flying Fs about Doctor Who. She's the only actress that I can see, right, or the person that has worked on the show. Even Tom Baker came around in later years, right? But she's the only person that has worked on the show that I don't believe gives zero fucks about the show. So I don't believe it, but it's more PR spin and all of this. But Joe, again, this is part of what I believe is a PR spin by RTD and all these other people that worked. Listen, you know, the fact that he has referenced stuff in the era, he can now use Jodie Whittaker to help promote the show. And that's what I believe is happening right now with other people also. And that's what the live stream will be about. So come and check that out with me. As I said, sorry about, I was supposed to get these pre-records out. I've done the two topics together now, but I was supposed to get these out over the weekend, but with everything that went on over here in Ireland and the bank holiday, we're only settling back in. But I will be back for a live stream tomorrow, so I'll be joined by my usual guests, and then what you call it, we will be rocking on um, after that. So I'm gonna leave it there for now, guys. I shall talk to you all uh, very soon. And don't forget to like, share, subscribe, leave a comment, let me know what you guys think and all of that. And I'll see you for the next one. Have a good one. Bye bye.